We are live. Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
No idea what's in the
You
frame.
probably just see Jack's hand. Remember me? I'm Jack's hand.
Okay. There we go. Oh, that's why we wanted to mirror the image, because there's literally no way I can check our frame.
I'm bringing up the feed right now. We are not in the frame.
That's us? We're live?
Yeah, that's us. I mean, there's a bit of a delay, as there always is. But people are coming in, so hey guys, good to see you. How long is the delay? I'm going to hold my hand here. Hello. 1, 2, 3. I'll count in my head.
Remember, 5 seconds for every mile.
It's about a 10-second delay.
Can you give me a link here? Or?
I think we tweeted out the link automatically.
I got it.
But we gotta fix the frame. Everyone can only see my sweet-ass goatee.
And your cool Chrome
My
hacker.
cool-ass Chromebook from Acker.
Okay.
I can try to fix the frame, but I will probably knock the phone over.
How do we not have a better system for this?
I don't know. Don't do too much, because we have to wait 10 minutes to figure out, or 10 seconds to figure out if it did anything.
My beard. We did a 90s percentile like a month ago. I didn't have a beard.
Yeah, where's your beard, Jack?
It's been
I
months.
thought we were going beards.
Oh, I think he means missing.
Oh. Dan is like reverse Wilson. That's very accurate.
That's why we call him that. Is this why is it like a square frame? We gotta get rid of this thing here.
Yeah, I think you hit that X. Yeah. Well, we're getting better. Maybe we should just move back.
Yeah, we should just why
I
move
think
the camera?
It's easier for us to move.
We'll get the hang of this one day by our 50th episode of video. I was gonna get the diorama, put the nice diorama in the background like I usually do. We're just never prepared.
Let's move this back a lot.
Watch your computer. How far back
That should be good, right? Because now you can see us. You guys see us? You see me? I see my beautiful little face and Jack's beautiful little butt. Well, I guess our heads are still cut off.
Do they need our heads? I mean really.
My hair looks good today.
What?
My hair looking good today, so I really wanted everyone to.
I can't move back anymore. I got the couch here.
I know. But you fixed it. You fixed it 10 seconds ago. Hooray!
Hey.
We did it, guys. It took forever, and your comments are 10 seconds later, and it's going to be very tough to have a conversation with you. But welcome. I assume most of you guys are here. I recognize a lot of names, so thanks for coming back, guys. If we got any strangers, we're about to do a live podcast recording of a show called 90s Percentile. You probably saw that in the title before you clicked the little thing.
Yeah, it's really weird seeing the delay.
Yeah. Are we going to just stare at ourselves the entire time? I guess we have to.
Well, we have to for the comments. That's why I wanted to. I don't know why. Maybe you guys know. I keep my iPhone will not be recognized by my MacBook Pro. And it will be recognized, but I can't, in QuickTime, I can't do a screen mirror.
We are probably going to, I'm going to give us some hearts real quick, first of all. Oh, I have to log in to do that. Can I comment? No, I have to log in. Do I have an account? No, I can log in with my Twitter.
Have you tweeted and Facebooked the link so more people can join?
No. I'll do that instead of logging in so I can comment on our own video. Are we saving the video? Did we have it turned on to do that?
Probably. It doesn't work. Usually we have the setting on, yes.
All right.
We need to, we're off center here. I'm just moving closer to you. We need to, do we go left or right? Look at all this. I don't want my scanner and my Christmas wrapping paper in the shot.
So you want me to go closer to cover it up? I'd be over here then.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? Well, but I was waiting to see the 10 seconds for me to, yeah, that's correct.
Okay, I can't anymore. Why are we trying? I feel like that was too radical of a move. We'll find out. This is the whole podcast.
This is it, guys.
60 minutes
this
on
is all
the
of it.
clock.
Yeah. All right. What are we logged in as? Are we 90s Percentile or
We
no,
Studios?
We Studios. I see it now.
I see that now.
Same thing. Do 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 do. I thought it automatically tweeted it out for us. Does it not do that?
You can still see my Christmas wrapping paper. I've been doing some very early shopping thanks to Prime Day.
Alright, let's see. Hopefully this link works.
This is the best we're going to do. This is the best we're going to do. Oh yeah. My ass just fresh from some Hot Pocket pooping.
We're giving it all away here, aren't we?
I may or may not have been talking to Dan, walking him through setting up the video feed from the bathroom using the Amazon Echoes as
it was just deeply disturbing, like an intercom
intercoms,
system.
Yeah. you just.
I'm sitting in Wii Studios here, and all of a sudden you're talking to me through the Alexa.
And it was only like 10 seconds, but then we couldn't figure out how to turn it off, and I really needed to start pooping.
Yes, yeah.
We couldn't turn it off, and I was like, I'm sorry, Dan, you're going to have to listen. I'm sorry. He's screaming from the living room. No!
We got it. We got it eventually.
Oh, boy. You had to be there, I guess. Well, Dan didn't have to be there. That was the whole issue.
I want to be there.
Okay.
Alright, so I tweeted out a link. I hope that it works. I see more people coming in.
What about
so
our
maybe
Facebook
it did.
page?
I just put it up on Reddit.
You know, we got a lot of people don't do the Twitter.
Okay, I'll do it on Facebook.
I'd help out, but I'm done.
Yeah, you just did all this shit with the shit.
That exhausted me. I'm done.
Yeah. How you guys doing? It's good to see all you
Yeah,
guys.
we're seeing these familiar faces.
90
Thanks for
people?
waiting.
No, 19.
We only started 10 minutes late.
Pretty good for us.
And actually, we should have started at noon. I said 12:30 because I knew we would be delayed. And we would have been on time if we started like a half hour late.
Yeah.
So the actual setup wasn't that painful. Well, it wasn't painless. It was, I realized it was going to be horrible, so I gave up right away. Usually I keep trying.
Yeah.
This time I gave up. Giving up. That's the
Wii Studios way.
We're doing good. I think we're doing all right. We just recorded worst episode ever, 109. It was a wacky one. So
it was extremely wacky. I hope you guys like it.
We also, spoilers. I won't say what. We won't give it all away, but we may have recorded a 15-second sync points for some people.
For people who are high up on the Patreon. So love it. All right, I am just about to post it on our Facebook page.
Hi. Remember that? Heath Ledger is the nurse.
Hi.
Hi.
I don't have a plan.
Look at the dog. I don't know what to do with it.
Chasing your car. I feel like we quote The Dark Knight a lot.
Heads. What is this? Tails? What does he say?
Probably tails.
You live, you die. Oh, wow. It's such a good scene.
Is it live audio of Jack pooping for Patreon? It should have been.
It almost was.
It almost was.
It almost was.
All right, guys. Do I need this open? Because we got it on the big screen.
I know that wasn't a response.
Now that I have all the info, and I am ready to start the actual show.
I'm not wearing hockey pants.
What timer are we doing here?
I think it's hockey pads, but we all say pants.
I think it's pants.
It's pads.
I guess it is pants.
What are hockey pants?
Hockey pants! Your pants you wear when you play hockey.
I forgot about the pooping in the bath story.
Oh, yeah. Gross. All right, are we ready to do this?
Yeah.
What time are we using? Since we're
My
not using
watch.
the big board. My watch.
My watch.
Free podcast, people, unless you... Do you bleed? Do you bleed? Do you bleed when you poop in the toilet?
I'm so tired, I don't want to play Batman anymore. It's been two movies and one scene in Suicide Squad, and I'm too tired.
It hasn't even been 2 movies. It's just been the one.
Justice League.
Well, okay, but it hasn't
done.
come out yet.
They're done.
Yeah. All right.
I do bleed once a month. I menstruate.
Yeah, Jack has male and female genitalia. Have we not mentioned your hermaphroditic life?
My ovaries don't come up as often as you'd think.
No, they really should. It's an important topic, Jack's ovaries. And the string cheese of blood which they make on a monthly basis.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What?
It's...
What?
This is what I'm told. It has the consistency of string cheese.
Why would you say that? That's a...
Hey man, if I had to hear it, you have to hear it. All right, we're gonna start the actual show. People.
I mean, look, it's a perfectly normal bodily function that literally half the
I'm
world's
noticing
population
it's
has to go.
mostly men who are with us on the Patreon on the video here.
The act of menstruation does not gross me out. If anything, string cheese by itself is kind of gross. So
I love string cheese.
I only started eating it very, very recently.
Really? Oh,
yeah, it always grossed me out.
Very, very good. So obviously we're doing a solo episode today.
That's what we call it when there's two of us.
When there's just two of us, it's a solo.
The Lone Rangers.
Well, there's three of you. It's not exactly. We have one woman who's here, so thank you. I'm glad. I'm glad it's accurate to say it's like string cheese.
Good job, Dan. You win.
You know what?
You win the period.
I am pretty woke when it comes to women's rights. All right. Yeah. Let's get started. It is time to start the show. So.
I start.
You start. Okay.
Now remember, let's get this straight now, so you don't fuck it up at the end of the episode.
I don't think so.
Does it have? Do we have it written down how we do the end?
You're one. Yes, and I'm two. Yeah.
All right.
So you start the end.
So I'm going to say at the end,
yes.
I'm going to say, well, that's it. My name is Jack.
Yes.
Don't fuck it up.
I can't promise I won't fuck it up.
Like the last 18
I can't
episodes.
promise that I won't fuck it up, but I can promise that I did just look at it now.
Okay.
So that's
I can't believe it's episode 75.
75.
And we're still using the script.
Well, we are.
So episode 75 was where you introduced Freet, I think, in this episode.
Boy!
Yeah.
Should Freet make an appearance today?
It's going to be quick. 90s Percentile is going to lap worst episode ever.
Yes, it is.
Oh. Unless we do like a third podcast, like
we might.
80s Percentile.
80s Percentile, baby.
We'll get Chloe.
That'll be rad.
We'll get Kyler Lay to be in it.
Who's Kyler Lay?
She was in that 80s show. It was that was a stretch of a joke.
You should have went for Dennis from Sunny. I would have known what you were talking about.
That. All right, we ready?
Yeah, I am ready.
Well, I'm curious. Out of the 18 people,
There were more Freets.
I'm just so happy you guys actually came. I know it's kind of early and it's a weird time of day.
Yeah.
I am curious who in this group, who's watching this right now that has no idea what's going on.
I just like Freet will show us what to do. That's a great comment, Niall.
That would be a good T-shirt.
Oh, that would be a good show.
WWFD.
All right, we might do that.
I'm very curious who's watching this that doesn't know what Wii Studios is.
Most of the names I'm seeing are familiar friends.
Yeah, I would say friends.
Would we say friends? We're friends.
We're well wishers in that we don't wish you any specific harm.
That's exactly what it is. All right, so none of this is the show. This is just us.
No, I haven't. I've been waiting to press the button.
All right, well, it is on your mark, my friend.
Get set. Dun-dun-dun.
Double dare, I gotcha.
I didn't want to do the whole thing. I like starting a joke and letting
the fans fill in the gaps.
Do 90% of the work.
90 percentile of the work. Yeah, we're going to turn it over to you guys, and the episode's
just
going to be your comments.
Why don't you guys just host, and we'll watch.
Yeah. You guys are not doing a good job. First of all, we have to wait 10 seconds to see anything.
The delay is not that terrible. It's been great since I switched to Ethernet.
Okay.
From Wi-Fi. All right, you ready?
Okay, yeah, I'm ready.
All right, here we go. 60 minutes are on the clock, and straight out of Worst Episode Ever Studios, this is 90s Percentile. My name is Jack.
My name is Dan, and you threw me off by saying Worst Episode Ever Studios.
And
we're talking everything 90s, and maybe also everything before and after.
It occurred to me at some point that we don't say it enough. We don't need to say it all the time, but every once in a while we need to remind people what the Wii stands for.
That's true.
I mean, people.
I don't know how many people listen to 90s Percentile and don't listen to our other show. I'd be very curious if there are people who do.
I think we've established that a lot of the 90s listeners don't listen to Wii.
Yeah, okay.
Didn't we?
I don't know.
Based on the stats from the numbers and the what have you.
I mean, I can tell you that not everyone who listens to Wii listens to 90s Percentile.
I know that's
for sure.
Thing, but that's just math.
There's a big difference in numbers, but we like doing this one.
Apparently, The Simpsons is popular. The 90s not so much.
No, people don't like things from 19 to 29 years ago. No, I'm way off in that math. Is it the year 2019 or is it the year not 2019?
From 27 to 17 years.
Yes, yeah.
That's what this. By the way, that's what 90s. If you're new to the show, 90s Percentile. We don't talk about things from the 90s. We talk about the very 90s themselves.
Yes.
For 75 hours, we have just talked about, when was the 90s? What was the 90s? What was the 90s? What was it?
All right, guys. Our first topic is, what is the 90s?
What is the 90s? What do you consider the first year?
Was it just a period of 10 years between the 80s and the aughts. Is that what the 90s was?
Was it 1990
Or was there...
to 1999?
Was there a flavor to the 90s?
Was it if the first three numbers out of the first three digits of the four digits that make a year in the year of our Lord, Anno Domini, if they're 199, is that the 90s?
I don't know. These are the questions.
These are big, like, existential. This is like Camus, Sartre.
I have a question for you, Jay.
Yeah.
If you ran like a checking company that made checks for people, right?
I
don't know if you do. I don't know what you do when we're not recording podcasts.
I like to keep some things close to the. I'll
let you know.
I'll let you know when I'm pooping. I will have you listen in on my poop.
When personal checking accounts became a thing, no one knows what that is. That's just a really weird reference to making me listen to you poop. Maybe it's in the deleted scenes. Do we do that for the show? No, but whatever. Do you think people were making checks in like the 1940s when checking accounts were popular after the Great Depression?
I'm making a check. I'm Joe 40s.
Right. And you're like, how can I save people some time? I know. I'll pre-fill in 19. This will never backfire ever.
Yeah.
And then the 90s are over and everyone's like, what do? You cross 19 out and put 2000.
Yeah,
which I think is what people did.
That would have happened to me if I'm lucky I didn't get a checkbook until like the early 2000s.
It seems like people...
I just finally ran out of my original checkbook from when I'm 17 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, last year I finally used it all up.
You are not writing a lot of checks, my friend.
Just rent.
All I write is my rent check.
Rent and Con Ed.
You don't go to the grocery store and pay with a check?
My mom used to. I was just like, what are you doing?
Well, used to like 5 days ago or 15 years ago?
Before they were
exactly.
Before they were Kevin Bacon debit cards.
Right. But here's another question for you.
Okay.
Why did they think, let's pre-print the 19, or in the case of like the Y2K bug, let's just make it 2 digits for the year.
2 digits, I understand.
This will never be a problem ever. Did everyone think that the world was going to end at the stroke of midnight before the year 2000? Is that what it was? Was everyone just on board with, there is not going to be a year 2000?
I'm sure there's a computer reason for it, but you're right. Why, on the checks, it is weird. Like, is it really saving that much time?
No, it's not.
Somebody just asked why I don't pay my rent online, and actually I was listening to a tech podcast, and there are a lot of people who just don't write any checks anymore. Maybe they reach a little old school.
Yeah, I mean it depends on your landlord. If you're renting from like a big company,
which I am, but it's an old school company.
Yeah,
it's a old school company.
It's an old school. Okay, so I'm having some apartment issues. I called my landlord the other day and I was like...
Studio D in trouble.
That's right. I said, could I send an email to my landlord? And they said, no, we don't have computers here. It's only 2017. Why would they have a computer in an office?
Every time I go to your place, there's always like a 90-year-old man just sitting at the door. Is he a doorman?
Yes, he's the doorman.
I couldn't have he just lived there and like that was his front porch.
Are you suggesting that my building needs to replace it with some sort of cyborg?
Yes.
Like we should put computers everywhere.
Yeah, there's all computers.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
You have a weird thing where like if you're watching TV and you go to like a random channel on your TV, you can watch your front.
Yes, you can watch the security feed of the entrance on our TV.
Which is not a weird idea, but it's weird that it's a channel.
It's a little odd. Yeah, it's like in the cable package.
Yeah. Anyway, there are people that don't write checks. I heard some people will write out all of their rent checks at the beginning of the year. Just write them out.
Interesting.
Just to save time.
Okay.
I get it. I don't know. I write two checks a month. I write rent and either my gas, either the gas or the electric. One of them I can't do online.
I don't pay the gas bill. I power my entire apartment with farts.
Hey-o.
Because gas, like farts. All right, let's get to. You want to get to our first topic, Jack?
Yeah, it's going to be a wee light.
Yeah. So here's what we're doing. If you like the show and you want to support the show, you can go to patreon.com/WeStudios, WEE Studios. And you kick in some money. If you kick in $10 a month, I believe it is, you can suggest a 90s topic that we will put in the Wee Elite tier. So, we're going to go to one of our Wee Elite tier members for our first 90s topic.
I agree with everything you just said.
If you don't know what the hell we're doing, listen to the other 74 episodes, first of all.
Right,
it's weird to jump in on 75.
Actually, and really, you should listen to all the worst episode evers in order. It's like the Arrowverse. Everything follows. It's a rich tapestry.
It is, but also you have to listen to it in the order they were recorded, not the order they were released, which is not the same thing.
It's like alternating between like season 2 of Torchwood and season 4 of Doctor Who.
Guys, we're gonna release a chronology guide that you can follow if you really want the full Wii Studios experience, and we know that you do.
We're not going to do that.
No, we're never ever going to do that. All right, so our first topic comes from one of our WeLead subscribers, Daniel Briones.
Thank you, Danny Brio.
And his topic is one that is very near and dear to my heart, Jack. It is...
Your aorta.
It is my aorta. Let's talk about it. I do have a slightly enlarged aorta.
Ooh, that's bad.
I know it's bad.
People die from that.
Well, people die from everything.
I think one of Stallone's babies.
Or maybe it's
had
not.
that,
Maybe
a
that's
baby.
not what it is. Because it's like not that bad. I'm just not supposed to get punched directly in the heart.
It's
The
not.
doctor actually did tell me that.
You actually did have some radical surgery where they put in a magnet
Yeah, that's right.
that attracts punches. I don't know what.
I know. It was. If you're wearing a ring, you immediately punch me in the sternum. No, it is. That's not our topic. The topic is Goosebumps books. Y'all remember Goosebumps books? R.L. Stein.
Goosebumps.
No.
We were out of sync there.
I thought you were gonna keep it going so that I could use this great new app. It's just this. It's really useful.
I
You'd
have,
be
the, I have
surprised.
the shame bell from Game of Thrones.
That's pretty good too. That's pretty good too.
I haven't seen the movie yet with Jack Black. It's on Netflix.
Oh,
I think.
I watched the movie. The movie's not bad, actually.
It looks like a Jumanji, sort of.
That's exactly right. It is, basically the idea is Jack Black plays R.L. Stein, and the books are real, and he keeps them trapped in his first draft manuscripts for each of the book that are locked in his house.
Okay.
And then they get opened somehow, and all the monsters from the books run amok on the town. So it's a lot like Jumanji.
Is R.L. Stein in it?
Yes, so there is a cute little winky cameo at the end.
He's like, everybody's storming away from the monsters, and he has 2 margaritas, and he's just trying to keep them out.
That is a reference to Jurassic World, right? Yeah, just the
The
listeners
really
know.
shitty movie that is somehow the highest grossing movie ever.
Very depressing. No, R.L. Stein is in it. So in the movie, the R.L. Stein character is a teacher at the school, in addition to being a writer. And at one point, he walks by another teacher and goes, "Oh, hello, Mr. Black." And it's R.L. Stein.
He's playing Jack Black.
Get it? Yeah. It's great. R.L. Stein, I met him once.
Oh.
We were walking down the street and past a bookstore in like the Park Slope area, and he was there doing a signing, and there was like no line, no one was really there.
What?
So we went, well, he was like promoting, they republished a lot of the old Goosebumps.
His
new
9/11
covers.
truth.
He was publishing his
Truther books.
Yep, that's what he was promoting.
Where's my fans? Why is there no line?
Alex Jones was there, but no one else.
the night of the jet fuel can melt steel beams. The night of the steel beams.
Night of the Steel Beams. Yeah, no, he was like the nicest guy. I told him how much his books meant to me, and he was like, "I'm so happy to hear that." And he was just fantastic. Like, he's done a lot of interviews where he's like, I kind of fell into writing horror books. He originally was like a joke writer.
Huh.
He wrote joke books.
Did he write like those 101 like?
Yeah, he wrote shit like that.
Jokes and...
Originally, he was just Bob Stein. That was the R is for Robert.
Robert, what's the L for?
I don't know. For character.
Lawrence?
Robert Lawrence Stevenson Stein.
What?
No, it's not Lawrence.
Robert Louis
Stevenson.
Robert Louis Stevenson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway.
So do you want a hot take?
Oh no.
You might know this.
Oh no. What are you about to tell me, Jack? I hope it's not what I think it is.
I've slept with your wife.
Oh no! I knew that. I recorded it. Remember? That was
We
that whole
recorded it
trial.
through the Alexa.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I've never read a Goosebumps book.
I was afraid that's what you were actually going to say.
That's why I went up to
That is terrifying, Jack. You would have loved Goosebumps as a kid. I don't know how you missed them.
I felt too old for them when they were coming out, even though everybody our age was reading them.
Yeah.
They were. I remember literally you would get on the school bus and everybody was reading a Goosebumps book.
Yeah, oh my god. I plowed through them so quickly. We used to go to Costco, then it was called Price
Did you just
Club.
say Costco?
Costco.
Costco.
Yeah, I have to enunciate.
Costco.
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 Yeah.
Like Costco from the Roman Senate, but with an O.
Sure. Costco. Back when it was called Price Club.
Yeah.
Back in the day, you used to be able to get.
Actually, I think they bought Price Club, right?
I think you're right.
Sam's Club, maybe?
No, Sam's Club is Walmart's version of Costco.
I think Price Club was first, though, yeah.
Yeah. So
anyway, I'm sorry.
We used to go to Price Club, and you could go to the book aisle, and they had books, Goosebumps books, in a box as a bundle. I think it was either 4 or 5 in a box.
This was when they were new.
Oh, when it was the peak of Goosebumps.
Really?
Yeah. So you could buy like books 1 through 5, books 6 through 10, whatever it was. And I would buy them or make my parents buy them. I didn't have any money. I was 10 years old. And I would binge read them, just like go right through all of those books.
I always imagined they were just like part of the Scholastic book sale every month.
They were.
Yeah, that's why I thought everybody was getting them.
Yeah.
I never read. I was into Hardy Boys. I read a couple of Hardy Boys.
That is so
I was
strange.
into Boxcar Children. By then,
that you were reading these old lady books.
but that was when I was younger. Goosebumps was what, 4th grade?
Goosebumps,
94,
I want to
93?
say, so interestingly enough, when they first came out, it was just 4 to start with. It was Welcome to Dead House, Stay Out of the Basement, Monster Blood, and Say Cheese and Die. I know a lot about Goosebumps off the top of my head. My cousin...
Monster Blood, by the way, consistency of trilogy.
You know what it was? It was like a GAC-like substance. So
was it really?
Yeah, my cousin bought me Welcome to Dead House and Say Cheese and Die, and they didn't have numbers on them. I think they were like first editions before it was a
they
series.
knew there were going to be numbers.
Yeah. And then, I want to say that was like 93, 94
Right,
or
so
something came out.
94...
It had to be 93. It had to be 93.
Right.
I'm going to look this
So
up.
I don't know what I was reading. I was reading a lot of those movie adaptations, like adaptations of movies, and there'd be 8 pictures from the movie in the middle of the book.
Yeah.
Like Honey, I Blew Up the Kid.
Yeah, right.
But 1994, I was
92, by the way.
I was really into Michael Crichton. I was reading Jurassic Park, Sphere, Terminal Man, and like I was 10. And
yeah, I did those too. I mean, I definitely read Sphere, Jurassic Park, Lost World, all those.
I wasn't reading those
Andromeda
books.
Strain.
I never got into the Bob Speed Twins and.
I don't think the Bobbsey twins were our generation.
I'm saying I never read these series. Besides Boxcar Children, I really didn't regularly read any of these series of books.
I want to talk about some specific favorite Goosebumps books of mine.
Sure.
But first, I'm assuming there's a list of all of the Goosebumps books on here.
Okay.
I want to see how many I can do from memory. In order.
I was going to say we should I don't know them. We could play a game of real or fake.
All right, we can do that. We can do that too. All right, I don't even need to look at the list to do that. We can do that up.
Okay.
Okay.
And if you guys in the comments want to give me shoot some to me too.
Yeah. Don't get jacked.
We're gonna play. Hey now, cards on the table. I watched the TV show, and we'll talk about it.
Yeah, I want to talk about
that too. And I was a
big
big fan of it, so I might know a couple from that, and I might know a couple like the Monster Blood from just cultural osmosis.
Goosebumps, by the way, will probably be the topic for the rest of the episode because I have
a
a lot to say
like,
about
It's a
Goosebumps.
we like topic. So.
I love it. So, Dan, we're going to do you right, for that money.
We might hit an awkward pause in 20 minutes and do another topic.
Well,
that's how we roll.
All right, so here we go. Is this a real or fake Goosebumps? Jack, the Abominable Snowman of Pasadena.
Ooh. See, you said that so casually.
I did.
I remember there is
was it a ruse to fool you?
Or you might even just change the Night of the Living Dummy. I think is real.
Night of the Living Dummy is real.
There we go. R, I don't think is real.
We're reading the tome. We didn't even mention that we're live Periscoping this episode. So if you're listening to this as a podcast, we also filmed it live. We got Periscope comments coming in, so we may comment on them.
Live from We Studios, it's Sunday morning.
It's Sunday, 90s Percentile.
G. Smith and the 90s Percentile Band.
Goosebumps.
Musical guest, the Counting Crows.
Mr. Jones and me. Mr. Jones! Alright.
Featured players, Al Franken.
Senator Al Franken, huh? By the way, his book is fantastic.
So I kind of remember an Abominable Snowman cover, but I'm going to say this one's real. I'm going to say it's real.
It's a real one!
Yay!
The Abominable Snowman of Pasadena. That is a real one. Absolutely. Okay, so here we go.
Yes, this is tomorrow's episode.
This is tomorrow's episode, but not if you're listening to it today. It's tough when we're commenting on a comment that's coming in
nobody can see
because without context, you just said, yes, this is tomorrow's episode.
Although, honestly, you can listen to one of our non-Periscope episodes, and some of our non-sequiturs, you would think we must be reacting to something off screen, but we're not.
It's just we're reacting to conversations we had earlier when we were not recording.
It's all non-sequiturs.
Okay, so here's another one, Jack.
What's up with these hearts? Are people just tapping their phones right now?
I don't know. We're getting a lot of hearts. You know what? I like it.
It's a good show, and we're doing a good job, but I feel bad for your fingers.
Ghost Beach.
That's not real.
Ghost Beach? You don't like Ghost Beach? You just got jacked! Ghost Beach was real!
Why did they go to the beach?
I don't remember Ghost Beach super well. I remember the cover was a cave with just a ghost outside of it.
Ghost Beach.
I don't remember it being an especially good one. All right, Jack. How about Revenge of the Lawn Gnomes?
Was that fake thinking?
I don't know.
Real or fake?
I don't know.
It's real.
It is real. Revenge of the Lawn Gnomes.
I remember that one.
Super weird one. Okay. How about
Ghost Family Next Door is fake.
Ghost Family Next Door is half real. It was The Ghost Next Door was a real one. Okay, how about this one?
Okay.
It came from beneath the bed.
Ooh. I remember there is an It Came From, isn't there?
I don't know.
I like that he's using like traditional old like 50s, 60s horror tropes.
Yes.
It's a really cool, I'm all proud to him. I've been trying to write some horror. It's hard to write horror.
Yeah, no,
it's
it
hard
is.
to be scary.
Yeah, especially in print.
Although House of Leaves, very scary.
Well, House of Leaves is one of the greatest books ever written. If you've never read it, you should. But what about It Came From Beneath the Sink?
Real.
It is real because I just fucked up. That's not what I said to you the first time. I said it. No, I said it came from beneath the bed, and that would have been fake. It came from beneath the sink is the real one.
All right, so I win. So what was that Fever Swamp one? Did you see that?
Yeah, the Werewolf of Fever Swamp. Is that real or fake?
Fake.
It's a real one.
Fever Swamp didn't sound real to me.
We'll do one more.
One more.
How about the Thing from Beneath My Butt? Your face says it all. I'm so glad that this is a Periscope episode.
That one's real, so is The Curious Case of Benjamin the Bobcat.
Yeah, they're both real, you're right. It came from beneath my butt.
The Gay Who
What's
Burst
my
the
favorite
Balloon.
one? I'm going to spoil some Goosebumps for you right now. Because there were ones...
probably not going to read
No,
them.
I know. Well, I actually have all of them on my Kindle. I downloaded like PDFs of them. You can find them out there
That's cool.
somewhere.
I downloaded a shitload of PDFs for the Apocalypse.
So, yeah, throw in that was for the Apocalypse.
That's what they're for.
Just in case. There's some crazy twist endings. Like, a lot of them had weird twist endings. There was one called The Girl Who Cried Monster that had a really good twist ending. I'm spoiling so many.
Aren't all the twist endings, they were aliens and Earth was another planet.
That was the twist ending for one of them.
The
called
camp one.
Welcome to Camp Nightmare.
Yeah, that was just really, really scary
Starring...
episode. The son from the commish.
Yes, that was that one. There was one.
That was a creepy episode.
The TV show, I think it was Say Cheese and Die, starred a little Canadian actor by the name of Ryan Gosling.
I didn't know you were going to say that.
Because I love Ryan Gosling.
He's so ugly.
Oh, I'm a big fan.
He looks like he's missing a chromosome or something.
Oh God. Yeah, there was one you were talking about. Welcome to Camp Nightmare. The twist was this kid goes to summer camp and it's like horrible and like he's got to fight his way out of these like evil camp counselors. And then at the end, his parents are like, "This was all a test for our trip to Earth."
Yeah, and then they look up and Earth is like is closer than the moon.
Yeah. So they're on Mars. I guess.
Not even. Yeah.
Not even. They're
Mars
on
is not closer
some
than the moon,
hidden planet. It's not.
Nope. By the way, did you get your solar eclipse glasses?
I did not.
I feel like, I know I'm a science nerd, but I feel like nobody is making a big deal that there is going to be the first solar eclipse in our lifetime in 10 days.
No, there's been a solar eclipse in our lifetime.
Not in the United States.
Yes, there has.
Not in the continent.
When I was a kid, I remember a solar eclipse.
It was a lunar eclipse.
When I was reading a Goosebumps book, and the sun came out.
No, it's coming out, and everybody should be prepared. I was going to drive to Kentucky. I really want to see it in full, and I can't take off of work.
That seems a little extreme to drive to Kentucky.
No, a lot of people are doing it. To see the moon block out the sun.
Cosmic ballet.
It's weird because you think it's going to get like a cloud goes by. It gets pitch black. Like, it literally turns to night.
I'm pretty sure we lived through a solar eclipse.
We've never lived through a solar eclipse. Well, anyway.
No,
let me finish my thought.
Oh. Are you leaving to finish your thought? Oh,
solar eclipse glasses. Put them on.
These are just... I like that you labeled them in case you forgot that these are your solar eclipse glasses.
Closer there.
It's a label that says solar eclipse glasses. Oh, wow. These are like pitch black.
They let in 1/1,000,000th of light. Look at the sun. Go stare at the sun. It's the coolest thing ever.
I hope this isn't a trick to blind me.
Right. Now I can go sleep with your wife.
No!
That's all it takes, by the way, is you to go blind.
It's a cloudy day. I can't even see the sun.
You can stare right. So if you stare outside, you literally see nothing but the. You see the sun. Like, it looks like the sun.
How much were these?
$5.
Oh, where'd you get those? Amazon?
Amazon.
Oh, all right.
WePodcast.com.
Yep,
that's exactly right.
I will possibly buy a pair.
I can't see anything now.
Yeah, no, they're pitch black. You know what they look like?
But nobody's preparing for the solar eclipse.
When I was a kid, I had a Mission Impossible spy kit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Mission Impossible came out, 95? When I was 10. It came with a pair of sunglasses that looked exactly like that had rear view mirrors on the side.
I had those, yeah.
They were pretty badass.
That's pretty cool to see behind you.
Yeah. I wish I had those.
I feel like people aren't making a big deal, and it's a really big deal, so it sucks that I'm going to miss it. I really want to see, like, literally, everything turns black as night, like, the darkest of nights.
You're not going to miss it. We'll still see it in New York.
And if no electric lights on, because it's not nighttime, it's probably the darkest New York can get. But we're going to get a partial eclipse, so we're going to get a lot of sunlight because so we're going to have like 2/3 of the sun blocked. But even if you had 99% of the sun blocked, 1% of sunlight still is light brighter than the full moon.
Yeah.
So it would still be very bright.
All right.
So anyway, what we're going to get is a weird crescent shadow. So literally every light beam that casts a shadow will be crescent shaped. So if you're walking, you're going to see little crescent moons, like as if like somebody put a cheese grater in front of the sun.
Interesting.
It's going to be awesome.
Will string cheese come out of the sun?
It's like the sun having a period.
All right.
And the thing is, they scheduled a once in a year day-long faculty orientation that we're supposed to go to.
Okay.
I might get fired, but I'm just like, I told them, look, I'm going out and watching.
I'm not going to miss this for some bullshit thing.
There'll be one in 2024, and my mom lives in North Carolina, right in the middle of the path. Like, I really should just go down.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I just can't get down there and take a day off. But I really want to see one in my lifetime. It's so cool. And anyway, my point is, nobody's prepping for it, and you all should be buying these sunglasses. And go outside. Make sure you go outside that day.
We have a raised awareness for the solar eclipse.
Forgive me for this. Alexa, when is the solar eclipse?
I think it's the 21st.
The next solar eclipse will be the solar eclipse of August 21st, 2017.
There you go, August 21st.
Monday?
Mark the calendar. I think it's a Tuesday, actually. Is she still talking?
She don't know when to keep her mouth shut.
I'm not on board with that. I'm not misogynist. I just work at the docks.
Yeah, I just talk about women's periods like this gross, disgusting thing.
I never said gross and disgusting. I just said string cheese. And that was not even in the episode. It was before the episode started.
Was it?
Yeah, it was.
I thought that was part of the episode. I thought I was talking about pooping.
You referenced both of those things happened before the episode, but during the Periscope, so it's there somewhere. I want to talk about Goosebumps because I love Goosebumps so much. There was one where it was called The Girl Who Cried Monster. That was pretty similar to the Camp Nightmare one. Where
they're all pretty much the same, right? There's like 3 stories.
No, there's some really fucking weird ones, but this was a good one. It blew my mind when I was a kid. This girl thinks the librarian at her school is a monster, and he is. And then they what's this?
I'm listening.
What are you doing? It doesn't look like you're listening. It looks like you're doing a little shoulder shimmy.
I can shoulder shimmy and listen at the same time.
She thinks the librarian at her school is a monster. It turns out he is, but her entire family is also monsters, and they eat that guy because they eat other monsters.
Oh, they're like how spiders eat mosquitoes.
Yeah, exactly. Let me tell you what the craziest one though. There was one called My Hairiest Adventure.
Oh,
you guys know this?
Right up my alley.
Oh yeah.
Look at these arms.
It's all about. It's called My Hairiest Adventure, and what it is a bunch of kids with they find this tube of suntan lotion in the garage. It's really fucking weird.
Is this another fake one? Are you jacking me?
No, I'm not jacking you. This is real.
This is rear.
This is rear. This is rear. If this one goes in your butt, it's for your rear.
Rear.
They find this tube of suntan lotion, and they're like, hey, let's put it on. Because that's what you do if you find old... It was expired, too. So they rub it on themselves, and then all of a sudden they keep sprouting hair everywhere. Right? Like, they put this stuff on, and all of a sudden the arms covered in hair.
So scientists trick them into growing hair.
That's what you're supposed to think.
Okay.
Goes on and on. Kids keep disappearing. The adults are like, we have this tube of lotion that's turning us into, giving us hair. And they're like, oh, you're just stupid kids. We're not listening. Gradually, the kids are just disappearing until finally only the last kid is left. And it is revealed. This is a huge spoiler. If you're ever going to read this book, you should skip ahead.
Skip ahead. Well, it's live.
You find out all of the kids are dogs who were turned into kids. The suntan lotion has nothing to do with anything. Just the treatment that turned them into dogs turned them into kids is wearing off, and they're all turning back into dogs.
They don't remember being dogs?
No.
Oh.
And it ends with the main character turning into a dog.
Stop tapping the table.
And the cat that they owned turns into a little girl. And his parents have a new baby.
That's
it's
weird.
Really weird.
So were the episodes of Goosebumps not...
They made that into a show, too.
The TV show wasn't written by R.L. Stein, right? There was like a staff of TV writers.
No. Yeah, there was a staff of TV writers. They adapted some of the books. And then they also came up with original ones, but that was towards the end of the run.
Why would you do that when you have hundreds of books to choose from?
There weren't hundreds. I think there were about 60-something.
When did he wrap it up?
62 total.
When did what was it, once a month?
It was once a month, 1997.
I just started working on my novel this weekend, and it felt so. I haven't felt this good writing in years.
Yeah.
And I just man, I really just want to write shit like that, and especially genre stuff like that because when I try to write the great American novel, I'm like, well,
Right.
this is shit. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But I feel like, oh,
Well,
that would
hey,
be the dream. Just write a book a month.
R.L. Stein claims that he wrote all of the books, but he was also writing Fear Street. There was also Give Yourself Goosebumps.
What's Fear Street? Just like a more older version of Goosebumps?
Fear Street was a more like slasher film type thing. It was older. It was
I
for
did
teenagers.
read books like it was. I didn't read Fear Street. There was this series.
Fear Street's probably
there was a
its own
series
topic.
of like murder, kidnapping. Like there was one called like the kidnapping of Christina Lattimore or something like that.
Okay,
And I
very
remember
specific.
the book cover was like this hand with hairy knuckles, like putting it over her mouth.
Okay,
And
sounds very potboilery.
Yeah, and they kidnap her, and then they make her touch a bunch of glasses in the kitchen, and they when they get caught, they make it look like she faked her own kidnapping. So they
Oh,
take it
okay.
off. But this was for kids.
Smart.
But
Yeah.
this was for kids.
Yeah,
I don't know. What was the?
Fear Street.
I
I
got a
only read a
bunch of
couple of
those.
those.
I
They were
wish
pretty
I
good.
I wish I could remember the author of those.
Let me tell you about another.
I like these pulp novels too.
Yeah, those are good.
I love pulp novels. Hard Case Crime. Shout out to Hard Case Crime.
I like books.
You like books. You worked for a publisher.
I did.
Can you talk about that or no?
I can talk about it.
What publisher
I
did you
worked
work
at
for?
Simon & Schuster, and now my wife has a book coming out.
You
with
met
Simon
her
&
there,
Schuster.
right?
I met her there.
And you work with
I just talk about my whole life now.
Well, I don't know much about you.
Oh,
You know-
turning the tables on old
Yeah,
Danny
like
D. Why am I not
they
Danny
don't
D?
even know about your big thing that's happened. That's public knowledge.
Well, I don't want to talk about
Alright,
that
we'll
on
talk
the
about that
podcast.
later.
We'll talk about that later.
They'll find out.
My wife does have a book coming out, though.
That's a very big
Victoria
deal.
in My Head.
Yeah,
It's in stores.
you can already pre-order it. Pre-order it on
Amazon.wepodcast.com.
Amazon.wepodcast. I'll get it right one of these days.
September 19th, that comes out. It's a YA novel, so if you like YA love triangle
So
type books,
has she always wanted
it's
to be,
great.
She always wanted to be a writer?
Yeah.
So that's why she went to work at Simon & Schuster to like
Yes.
work her way up and meet some agents and stuff?
Yep.
Why did you work there? You majored in communications. What is that? What is... This was before you went to law school.
Yeah. Before I went to law school, I worked in publishing for 2 years, doing like publicity work.
So what made you think? What made you think?
Now I feel like I'm being interviewed on the show. I just want to talk
They don't
about
know anything
Goosebumps.
about
I want
it.
to get back to Goosebumps.
I don't know anything about.
They
it.
don't need
How
to
big's he
know.
dick? How big's he
Well,
dick?
bro.
Show us your dick. Oh, it's a small one. Never
Not
mind.
big.
That's your big announcement, by the way.
That's it. I got
You got a tiny penis.
No, it's like this, bro.
Bro, bro.
You ever seen a skateboard? Then you've seen my dick. It's
Hey,
flat
got
and has
four
wheels.
Okay.
I didn't
Yeah,
say
no,
the name of
no,
my
okay,
wife's
I'm
book,
gonna-
by the way. Hang on.
Yeah, you did say it.
It's called Victoria in My Head. Did I
You did
say
say
it?
that,
Google
yeah.
it. You know
But
what it was.
you totally should get it. She doesn't want to be on the show, right? She's too shy.
I'm trying to get her.
We'll get her.
She's
We'll rope her in.
yeah. She needs to do more publicity, so she's
I'm very proud of her. She opened a Twitter.
yes, she did, and she's gotten a lot of followers over the past couple of days. So
It's kind of a
Had to
huge
know a lot.
deal to publish a novel.
yeah,
Yeah.
no,
So
it is. It's a very big deal.
We're very proud of her.
We're very very excited. I want to go back to Goosebumps though.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about your wife and her success.
No, obviously not. This is not her time. This is my time.
Wait, I have to bring up one more question. I really should
Okay.
bring this up if we do get her on the show. But is she going to do a book tour? Is she going to like read books, do book readings and stuff?
A couple of local
Okay.
things.
So,
In fact, there will be a book launch party that I should invite you to.
you should
So I
invite
will.
me to that. Is she
I'm not
excited?
going to do it on
No,
air.
is she excited or is she more nervous and anxious?
Both.
But she's excited.
Yes.
Is she bragging? Is she? She's not. She's
No.
very humble.
No,
Yeah,
she's not bragging at all.
Because this is why I'm bringing this up.
Yeah.
She gives you a lot of shit for We Studios.
Yes.
And the fact that, like, yeah, you're proud of it. We built a nice little thing here.
Yeah, it's
and we've
okay.
got people who like us.
I
and
can't wait to tell all book We Studios too.
People like us, and it's okay. It's a really cool deal.
Behind the gold walls.
She kind of does. She just doesn't like. She doesn't care.
She-
you get like if you're an hour late to work or whatever, to home or whatever, and
Yeah.
you said, "Well, we just made this really amazing episode."
Yeah.
She don't. That's not an excuse.
No.
Now, so what I'm saying is like now that she's like, shouldn't she understand now that she's got this even bigger thing?
Yeah, I guess writing the book didn't take huge chunks of her weekend away, which doing this podcast does.
Wouldn't it take? I would think writing a book would take as many man hours as maybe recording. Maybe not the whole kit and caboodle.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. We'll bring her on.
Anyway.
I will kidnap my wife and I will bring her into We Studios just so we can record an
Okay.
episode with her.
It's a deal.
Done.
What's your least favorite Goosebumps book?
There was one called Deep Trouble that was just like no monsters in it. It was just like about sea exploration and like sea monsters, like not even sea monsters, like a shark or something. It was like Jaws for kids. It wasn't very good.
That's
But
like
there
how Boxcar Children, the very first one is about kids who live in a boxcar, and then they all became mysteries. The first one's not a mystery.
Oh, that's stupid. Aren't the Boxcar Children from the 40s?
I don't know. It couldn't. The fact that they were releasing them in scholastic books tells me that they were contemporary.
I don't think they were contemporary. Were they? I don't know.
They didn't. It felt. It definitely.
The Hardy
felt like,
Boys were definitely not
It
contemporary.
felt like it was from the 40s.
Yeah. There was an episode, or not an episode, there was a book of Goosebumps called The Beast from the East. From that title, Jack, what do you
mean
think?
A book of Goosebumps? They're all books.
Well, it wasn't an episode of the show. As far as I know, they never adapted it.
Most of them weren't episodes, right?
A lot of them were, because the show ran for quite a while. What do you think, a book called The Beast from the East, a Goosebumps book, what do you think it's about? Go.
The Beast from the East. That was my nickname in college. Even though, I guess like...
In the same city that you lived in your whole life.
I guess I came from slightly more east of Midtown.
I guess, more south.
Southeast.
Yeah.
I live on the East Shore.
You're from the East Coast, I'm from the far East Coast.
What do you call your part of Staten Island?
What, like town?
Like it's not, is it North Shore, West Shore?
Yeah, it's North Shore.
North Shore? I was East Shore. The white trash shore. Where all the gay sex.
You were by, yeah.
Was it gay sex or anal sex?
I don't know what's going on.
Remember the
at
headline?
the shore.
It was a big headline in our local newspaper.
Oh.
Under the boardwalk, colon. Was it
yeah,
sex
it was.
or anal?
I think it was anal sex.
A lot of people have sex under the boardwalk.
That was a thing. That happened.
It's a nice boardwalk to have sex under. Anyway, what were you asking me? What do I think?
The
it's
Beast
about?
from the East. What do you think that book is
A
about?
boxer.
Okay, and give me like the story.
Okay. It's supernatural.
Yes.
Okay. There's a boxer.
Most of them focus on children. Is
it like kind of like?
Is this a
Asia?
child
Is it
boxer?
Asian?
I'm not gonna give you any hints. I will tell you, most of the books centered around. I think all of the books actually, children were the protagonists.
And they all take place in Southern California.
No, they took place all over the place.
The Beast from the East. I think it's about a werewolf.
Okay.
East. From China. Who, you want more?
I want more, yeah.
He comes to town.
Okay.
And he becomes the gym teacher at the local school.
Okay.
And he eats some of the children, and some of the children fight back and defeat him at the end.
Yeah, that could be a book. It's not at all what The Beast of the East is about, but that
I like
could
how
be.
you had me going there, like, oh, maybe.
No, The Beast from the East was super weird. It was about these kids go on a camping trip, and it was a girl and her two twin brothers. They go into the forest, and then they suddenly find themselves in like this weird magical part of the forest, where these talking animals called beasts are playing this insanely elaborate game of tag. I don't know how the fuck anyone thought up this idea.
R.L. Stein, right?
Yeah. And so they get like they get forced to play this insane game of tag against these monsters. And it ends with them, they think they won the game, but all they did was beat level 1, and they have to beat level 2 now.
Like it's a game that has levels, like a video game?
I guess. It was like...
like The Game? Is it like The Game with Sean Penn?
It's a little like The Game with Michael Douglas and Sean Penn. No, it was just like this super bizarre game of tag.
Who's the Beast from the East?
She became the Beast from the East. It was basically, she was it. Like in a game of tag.
Right.
And so she had to like tag the guys.
That sounds like it could be a movie.
There were all these like crazy weird things, like if you're on a certain patch of grass, you couldn't be touched, or like it reversed the rules.
I love games like that.
It was fucking weird, and
I enough games in my life.
I haven't read it since I was a kid, but there was a blog that the name I'm blank. I think it was called Readers Beware. It's a blog where someone snarkily reviewed all of the Goosebumps books, and I read the review for it, and apparently that doesn't make any sense if you hold it up to any scrutiny whatsoever.
Is it like Chardy McDennis?
I think so. It was really just like making shit up. Yeah, those were good ones though. There's one called The Horror at Camp Jelly Jam. What do you think that one's about?
Camp Jelly Jam?
It's about Camp Jelly
Summer
Jam.
camp?
Yeah, but what's the twist at Camp Jelly Jam? There's a lot of weird stuff going on in this one.
The kids are actually sentient cans of peanut butter.
Close. They're actually sentient cans of marshmallow fluff. No. That one starts with the car breaks down. The family car breaks down, and these two kids somehow get separated from their parents and just wind up at this camp and are forced to stay there, which is already a weird way to start off the book. So they're trying to get home, but also they can't leave. Someone just said what the twist was at the end, but you missed it. So they're at Camp Jelly Jam, and they all have to play in these, like...
Was it the Blob comment?
It was the Blob comment. They all have to play...
I see everything.
You don't see everything.
I act like I'm not looking, so that you don't expect anything from me. So if I don't want to reply to your comment, I don't...
Yeah, that's fair. My wife does the same thing. They are forced to play all these sports and earn medals, and once you win enough medals, you get to go to, like, the winner's circle, and you get taken into this, like, secret building. And inside the secret building is a giant monster called King Jelly Jam, It's basically Slurm.
That's what I was just thinking.
Like, you become slaves
picturing.
to King Jelly Jam. This was before that episode of Futurama, though.
Anyway, Nathaniel just apologized. Dude, you don't have to apologize.
No, don't apologize. This is all...
I don't care.
This is all good fun. Jack's never going to read
you
these books.
texting Big Blob did not elaborate anything to that actually made more sense.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Goosebumps are awesome. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't sound awesome now that I'm saying it. But
only 60?
There were 62, but there are also these weird spin-offs. Give Yourself Goosebumps, which is like a choose-your-own-adventure type of book.
Oh, I like those choose-your-own-adventures.
Yeah, Goosebumps 2000, I don't know what that was. Tales to Give You Goosebumps, I think was short stories.
I think the marketing was huge. I think the fact that it had a really cool logo. It's a great name for a Twilight Zone horror anthology for kids.
Yeah.
It really was just a perfect story. And I guess from what it sounds like, R.L. Stine was a good writer.
Yeah, well, he was good. He cranked them out.
Why were these as popular as they were?
I have no idea. I don't know why
everybody read them. My sister read them.
Well, here's what's weird is like everyone read them when we were kids, and I like horror movies. I love horror anthologies. I love the Twilight Zone.
You don't like playing horror video games?
I don't play horror video games. No, I do not. But it's odd that like horror isn't huge with people our age, like from reading Goosebumps books.
You don't think it is horror?
I mean,
there's a whole podcast about horror movies called Podcast of Terror.
I'm not familiar with that. Do they have guests who have been on this show before?
Many.
Oh, okay, good. Then I'll have to check it out.
And they have hosts who have been on this show.
Oh, I don't think that's true. Was I ever on talking with a really shitty connection about New Nightmare?
Yes,
I did. That was the joke.
That was a joke.
I don't know how much time we have left because I cannot see the clock. What are we at, Jack? Uh-oh, you don't know how much time we have left either. Okay, we're keeping it secret from the Periscope viewers.
There are 22 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock.
I mean, I could just talk more about Goosebumps. You seem antsy, like you're tired of talking about Goosebumps.
No, I'm very uncomfortable being in front of a camera. That's why I'm moving around a lot.
Okay, all right.
I see myself and I just look weird. I sit weird. I'm awkward. Like, why are my arms so close to my chest? Like, what? I just look at. I'm just a disgusting. Like, why do I even...
I mean, you are.
Yeah, I got hair on my arms.
I'll admit, you're saying what we're all thinking, so it's good that you feel this way.
I should just do everybody a favor and just kill myself
No, not right now. Wait till the episode's over.
No, right this second.
I don't know how to edit the show, so I wouldn't be able to do this.
Just going to have to let it run.
All right, that'll be it. Yeah. What Goosebumps, I mean, you never read it, but what do you know about Goosebumps? Like, there's famous characters, there's famous books.
I remember the dummy, I remember the monster blood.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right. I mean, Slappy was kind of, like, there was no real spokesperson for Goosebumps.
Sequels.
He had, like, 5 books, and then they brought back Goosebumps a few times with limited success.
R.L. Stine's cranking these out one at a time, about once a month.
Yep.
Does he get feedback? Like, oh, the kids really like the dummy one.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay.
Because... what's interesting is Night of the Living Dummy was the first one, and Slappy, who's like the famous dummy from the Goosebumps books, wasn't the main character
Who's the main
in that
dummy
book.
in the first one?
I forget what his name was, but it was like a kid had a dummy that he thought was alive, and it was. And then it turned out, for some reason, Slappy was like a twist at the end. And then he went on to be the the protagonist
twist
of
at the end of Prestige. There was actually 2.
Yeah. Oh, don't spoil the Prestige. That's a good movie that people. Well, it has been out for forever.
10 years.
There's 2 people.
Two people. It's 2 bells.
Yeah. No, the Night of the Living Dummy ones were good. One Night at Horrorland, that was a good one. It's about like a horrific theme park. They turned a whole series of books about those actually.
And you said there were a couple that weren't horror.
Well, no, I think they were all pretty much horror. There was a few that weren't supernatural, like the Deep Trouble one that I said was one of my
these were
favorites.
okay for little kids to read? Like my second, third grade sister reading these, 4th grade?
Yeah, I mean, you know, they might
death.
give you a little... yeah, there's death.
I bet you there's no sexuality, right? There's no making out?
No, definitely no sexuality.
No touching little...
No, because it was all like 4th, 5th grade, 6th grade, like pre-coming it up inside of each other.
Pre-coming it up inside each other. That's the technical, that's the psychiatrist term for adolescence, by the way.
Yeah.
Pre-coming it up inside
puberty. Coming it up inside of each other. Yeah, but I'm watching us laughing from 10 seconds ago. It's they were great books. I think they were good for kids who were young. Every chapter ended on a cliffhanger to kind of make you want to keep reading.
Oh, I like that, yeah.
Yeah, but it was always like, and then I felt a touch on my hand, and then the next chapter was like, Mom's here, touching your shoulder.
So he invented J-horror jump scares?
No, I mean, it was, yeah, a little bit. There was one with the ring, and no, it wasn't.
I wonder if there are book equivalents to J-horror now.
Yeah, there's definitely like Japanese horror novels. I've heard about a few that I haven't.
I mean, horror from Japan. I mean, like that style with the jump scares and.
I mean, that'd be
all
tough.
the ghosts are moist. They're always like wet ghosts.
There's a lot of wet ghosts in Japan.
Yeah.
I mean, unless it's a pop-up book, that would be pretty hard to do.
There are some really cool pop-up books.
There are very cool pop-up books.
I got my nephew. I got a bunch of my nieces and nephews. This really cool dinosaur one. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I think I showed you.
And you did show me. Yeah.
Dinosaurs.
Yeah. No, it's very cool. There's I don't need to mention that on air. All right.
It's not about your big dick or periods.
It was about my big dick, actually. You want to see a pop-up book? Put a book on my crotch and show me a sexy lady. Pop!
Where do all listeners go?
Are we done with Goosebumps, or should we?
Yeah, let's. We got.
You want to go into the random topics?
Yeah, we got 18 minutes, 18 seconds left. Let's get another topic from old Jenny, and thank you again,
Daniel Briones.
Danny Bree.
So thank you so much for that. I love Goosebumps. I could do a whole podcast on Goosebumps, which would be an interesting one. I'm sure it exists.
I'll keep talking if you really want to talk about it.
No, because all I'm going to say is, like, I liked Goosebumps. I miss the time in my life when I was an innocent reading Goosebumps books.
You can do that. You've earned the right.
No, I can't. All right, we got our next topic.
Hey, Dan's here, by the way.
Oh, I didn't even see Dan Brio was here. Hey, Dan, thank you so much for the topic.
That was a great topic.
Yes. Now we have a topic from Chris Maffey, or Chris Maffey.
Okay. I thought you said Chris Matthews.
No, he's not playing hardball with us. It is Pure Moods, the CD commercial. You remember Pure Moods?
Yeah.
I remember this.
Sail away, sail away,
sail away.
Or the theme from the X-Files. Well, there was a third big one, too.
Orinoco Flow.
Well, that was Sail
Oh, I guess that's Sail Away, yeah.
There's another one like, something like that.
We should just play the thing.
Oh,
So
why did you plug it in here? Because they're not going to be able to hear it.
No, they're not going to be able to hear it. If you don't know what we're talking about, CDs were a thing you used to listen to music on, and also there used to be infomercials for Time Life, I guess, CDs? I don't know if Time Life did Pure Moods.
I guess they were very short infomercials. They were in the span of a commercial.
Yeah. They were not like full-length infomercials.
There were these commercials where they would have a toll-free number and
Exactly.
it would go to this blue screen and you could order, you could do cash on delivery or...
Yeah.
How does cash on delivery work? You pay the mailman?
I have no idea, actually. I guess you get invoiced once
really
you receive it.
we are just at the right
Society
age.
got better, yeah.
Like we are like people 5-6 years older than us had to deal with that shit for a little while.
Yeah.
You had a cell phone in high school, which I remember at the time was.
Well, it was like the family cell phone. It wasn't like mine, so I carried it when I had to go out.
But like it was convenient.
Yeah, no,
Like,
yeah, absolutely.
We really lucked out.
Pure Moods, 1994. It came out.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. It was a new age music soundtrack that they advertised in a commercial that was very ubiquitous.
The commercial is very great because it's moody. It's pure moody. But it's got like this very serious. This was like when new age malls. There was always these like stores
like
in
stores that
and
sold
New
crystals
Age.
and stuff. Yeah.
Anyway, so like the narrator of the commercial is just like experience the pure moods.
Pure Moods.
Enya. X-Files.
Yeah, the X-Files theme was kind of a weird addition. For some reason, that was
I'm just
on
going to
there.
play the whole commercial.
Yeah, let's play the whole thing. I don't think the numbers will still work, so we won't get sued or anything.
Wait, 1 second. There's we're playing our audio.
Oh, it's the audio of us. That's what we're hearing.
Right,
Okay,
we'll
we'll
mute our loop. Okay, here we go. I remember this one.
Yeah.
So it starts right off with a song. There's a unicorn going by.
And it has this like big filter.
Right, I want to hear the guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's one of my favorite songs.
It's a good song.
It's
From
such
My Way of Life.
This is what I was thinking of.
Oh yeah.
Adiamas by Adiamas.
Crockett's theme from
From
Miami Vice. And the Twin Peaks theme was
Fire
on
Walk
there.
with Me, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Is that Exorcist?
Oh, I forgot it was a remix.
Oh, I feel bad for our Periscope. They don't know what we're listening to right now.
Sadness by Enigma. Enigma had 2 tracks on Pure Moods.
The CD, $2 more than the cassette.
Yeah, that was...
Do you know cassettes are coming back?
I did know that, and it's the fucking dumbest thing I've ever
So
heard.
I was talking to...
I get vinyl.
I was talking, because vinyl sounds good.
Vinyl sounds good.
Sounds like
Cassettes
shit.
are awful.
And I was talking to a friend of the show, previous guest, Colleen Schaefer.
Okay.
She's really into hip hop, and she was explaining to me that like a lot of hip hop artists now are doing like exclusive mixtapes on cassette, and she's saying maybe there's like this cultural. Inner cities where hip hop came from is trying to take it back from that. Now it's become mainstream.
Sure.
And they still got the boom boxes and they're playing cassettes. So
Okay.
I count. I go, no, I don't think that's at all. I think it's like a really corporate, cynical thing. And she goes, maybe. And I go, give me a second. And I Google cassette player, buy cassette players.
Yeah.
And you know what the number one place to buy a cassette player is right now?
Best Buy.
Urban Outfitters.
Oh,
They charge like
yeah.
$45 for a fucking cassette player.
That's absurd.
It's all just bullshit. We're all just fucking stupid consumers buying Amazon Echoes and doing stupid shit.
I get buying vinyl because it sounds different, it sounds good.
It supposedly sounds better.
Everything's digital now. We're all streaming music. You're hanging on to MP3s that you downloaded from Kazaa in 1999 or whatever. But most people are streaming.
I
use
don't
Google
like
Music,
having things in the
Spotify,
cloud.
whatever.
I like owning it.
It's very. I can understand. Like, I really like an artist. I want to buy their music. I would never, ever, ever buy a cassette.
Why would you buy a cassette? Why would you buy a cassette?
Are like vinyl, but worse. Because vinyl sounds good. There's kind of an aesthetic to vinyl.
Cassettes sound like shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to
There's
fast
a
forward.
tape hiss.
You have to deal with if it unspools, you have to put a pencil in there and fix it.
That would be like me saying, I don't need indoor plumbing. I want to go back to my roots.
Yeah, I don't want to chamber
shit
pot.
in a hole in the backyard.
Why not shit in a hole? What am I, fancy?
Yeah,
I'm not a fancy dude.
Yeah, that sounds like something them liberals would do. Lock her up.
Oh, lock her up and I'm going to go shit in the outhouse.
Yeah, my emails, they're on cassette tape. That's why you're not getting them.
Actually, cassette is a good storage medium
Yeah,
for
you can
things.
hold like petabytes or something.
Yeah. You can get magnetic tape that's crazy. But that has nothing to do with pure music.
I actually did buy a cassette player very recently. But
Did you really?
It's
Why?
It digitizes cassettes. I have some
that makes sense.
some home video.
All right,
I have 2 cassettes I need to...
Oh, you're talking VHS cassettes?
No.
Oh, you're talking audio cassettes.
Audio cassettes.
What audio cassettes are you backing up? You have family...
There's an
events that
I
you just
interviewed
record
my
audio?
grandfather about
okay.
Thanksgiving when I was 6 years old.
All right,
and
that's something worth
I used
keeping.
that audio for my student film, and for years now I've been meaning to just sync it up, and I haven't gotten around to it.
Yeah. You should probably do that.
I should. It's a good film.
And you know what you should listen to while you do that?
Sail away,
Pure
sail
Moods.
away, sail away.
Sail away, sail
I should find
away,
that tape. They'd get a kick
sail
out of
away.
hearing me. I had a very high pitched voice when I was 6.
I didn't know you when you were 6.
Yeah.
I talk like this, it's Big Jack. Hey, Grandpa, this is how I talked when I was young, too.
Grandpa, did you eat turkey on Thanksgiving?
Ah! Is that your grandpa? I don't want to defame your grandpa.
No, he's dead. You should.
I know. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Looks like Pure Moods.
What's
There was, like, a bunch of them.
Wikipedia have to say?
There were 5 Pure Moods
Scottish
total.
moods?
There was Scottish Moods, Christmas moods, Celtic Moods.
I love that. Like X-Files, I can see is vaguely new age.
Yeah.
Miami Vice theme.
There's more theme songs on Pure Moods than I realized when I was a kid.
Chariots of Fire.
Chariots of Fire is on there. Crockett's theme from Miami Vice is on there. I had no idea.
These are just like catchy songs.
The theme,
they're just catchy.
The theme from the piano. Inspector Morse theme? I don't know what Inspector Morse
They should have
theme
the Inspector Gadget theme. That would be good.
A lot of people left the Periscope, I've noticed.
I like that, yeah.
The theme from Twin Peaks was on there. The theme from The Mission.
Not
the
Mission
movie from
Impossible.
1986.
Although it's an Ennio Morricone, so it's gotta be good.
So it's got to be good.
Brian
You got a
Eno.
little Brian Eno on there doing Another Green World. And then they re-released it, and it looks like, they cut some songs, actually. And added the X-Files theme. Oh, see, we were looking at the 1994. Then there was the 97. That one was different. They dropped Crockett's theme. Oh, no, they didn't. There it is. They just moved it later. Thank God.
I was saying,
You can't drop Crockett's
Is
theme.
there some Pure Moods executive with all of them on index cards? He's like, let's try Crockett's theme over here.
No, we start with Return to Innocence, then you go into Orinoco
You
Flow.
lead into it, you set them up, and then you knock them down.
Could you name one other song by Enya?
There's Orinoco Flow.
And not the soundtrack to Lord of the Rings. I knew it.
I have 4 or 5 on my iPod.
Yeah, I mean, Orinoco Flow's a good song. It's very relaxing.
She had another big song.
Sail away. Let's dig into Enya a little bit here. What we got from the
Enya's
Enya page.
probably a topic.
I mean,
What is she,
yeah,
Icelandic?
She's Irish.
That's Bjork, yeah.
Bjork was Icelandic, yeah. Is India dead? No, she's not dead. She's alive and well.
Who did we think was dead before? Oh, Jacqueline Smith.
We thought Jacqueline Smith was dead because I saw a news report about her at the gym.
It was just she had some new
It's
fashion
just,
line.
yeah, I was just talking about her fashion line. I'm trying to see what Enya's hits are.
Yeah, anytime I
It's
see
not
somebody with
coming
a
up.
trending topic, I just assume they're
Yeah, same. May It Be? Oh, that's the song from Lord of the Rings.
It's Beatles.
May It Go.
May it be.
May It Be. May a Ween.
And I was going lump to dum to do. And Ringo was going to drums to do doom bang bang.
Oh, man. I think we're done with pure moods. We got time for one more topic? Or do we have time to... We just want to dick around? What do we got?
What does that mean? What is dick around? What do you mean by dick around?
Take our dicks and walk around the recording studio. All right.
What's that from Where the Wild Things Are? We'll have a rumpus.
Yeah, the wild rumpus will begin, guys.
We'll just
Take your
parade
dicks
around this
out.
table with our dicks out to our eight listeners that are still left. That's amazing.
I love when we have guests on the show and they're like, yeah, I listened to the podcast. It's great. They're not listening to these episodes.
Nobody listens to this show.
Nobody listens to
I'm
the
not
show.
convinced. I'm convinced.
I don't think a single person actually
All of our
listens to
big
this.
fans, like Dan Dennis and Daniel from Soul and Dan Mulhall.
Yeah,
and
that's
Dan
it.
Brio.
That's right. We are very popular with the Dan demographic. We all get together and talk about it.
90s
Yeah,
podcast,
well, that's true.
Big name. But all you, I'm assuming all of you guys are just one person with multiple. I'm
Yeah.
assuming you're all Dan, to be honest.
Yeah. This is a little bit.
I feel like every time one of
You
them
got me.
comments, you had to like, I gotta go to the bathroom.
That's right.
I'll be
I am.
back.
That's exactly what I've been doing, Jack. Oh my God.
7
Yeah,
minutes
I don't
and
know.
37 seconds left. So do you want to walk
7
around
whole
with the
minutes.
dicks?
Yeah,
dicks in
I
our
think we
hands,
do, but we probably should just do another topic instead.
Okay, let's do one more quick lightning
So
round.
thank you, Chris, for Pure Moods. That
Thank
is
you,
a great
Chris.
90s topic.
Sail away,
Sail away, sail away. And now let's sail into our next topic.
Hey, that's why we're big time podcast hosts.
Oh, yeah. All right, so it's from Danny D, just mentioned on the show, Dan Dennis.
Thank you, Daddy D.
He has suggested Who Wants to Be a Millionaire / quiz shows. I have a question.
Yes.
Is Who Wants to Be a Millionaire a 90s topic? Didn't it start in 2000?
Oh, may have.
I'm going to the Wikipedia
It may have been 99.
because
No,
I feel like the whole quiz show, like Greed and The Weakest Link, all of those were early 2000s.
Maybe. I got internet very late 99, right before Y2K, and it might have
Yeah.
been around when I had internet.
Okay, here we go. In Britain, it started in 1998.
So
But what
that
about
counts.
USA?
But with time zones and everything, I think it was when it was 1998 in England. It was still.
You
was already
could be right about
2005
that.
here.
Yeah, you might be right that it was.
Greenwich Mean Year.
Yeah, that happens. People don't know about that.
They
They don't know about eclipses. They
don't know about
this.
you don't follow no news. That's why you got to listen to my podcast every Sunday, Science Friday Recap. Sci-Sun.
So the U.S. version started
Who's that?
August
Who's that guy?
1999. So it
Ah.
is technically a 90s
I
topic.
mean, I had a feeling. Yeah.
That's the host of the original British version.
Apparently, it's still on. I just saw.
It is.
the
It's
host-
hosted by Terry Crews.
No, there's a
is it
newer
new?
host.
Oh, let's see who's hosted it. Is it Chris Harrison? Yep, Chris
Yeah,
Harrison.
Chris Harrison from The Bachelor.
What if it was?
So we should go. We should be on it.
I would love to.
If they're filming in New York.
They do film in New York.
I know they used to.
Oh, you're saying they may have changed.
Chris Harrison seems to be more of like a West Coast personality to me.
Yeah, could be.
I don't know, but I think now it's 25,000 instead of 32,000.
Something like
I
that.
could get 25,000. Use up all my lifelines in the first 5 questions.
I just want money. Just like give me the
I'm
money.
I'm not asking.
I'm yawning.
We ask for a lot of money on the show. It's because we have none.
We have none. I would love money.
Everything is expensive. Brooklyn is a very expensive place to
It's
live.
very expensive.
I'm like, what am I doing here? I shouldn't be here.
Here's the new money for Millionaire. It's 500, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, 7,000, 10,000, 20, 30, 50, 100, 250, 500, a million.
That's what I said.
So it's only 14 rounds now.
What it used to be.
15.
Oh, whatever. So you do have to. I don't remember.
Whatever.
I didn't remember. I didn't realize it was all 10 questions to get to 32 and 25. I always thought it was like shorter than that.
Oh, no. Well, because they usually, the first 5 they breeze through. The
Right.
best was when someone didn't.
Yeah, that was
And they
embarrassing.
got the $100 question wrong, and they're like, haha, it's C, and then Regis would have to be like,
yeah.
no, actually, it's D. You're an idiot.
I'm so sorry. Yeah. Regis is great. I love Regis.
Regis is great, and I loved Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I think we both did. I mean, we're both, we already had, we talked about
trivia.
Jeopardy at length a few episodes ago.
It was a good show. It was fun to watch.
Yeah.
I don't like filler. It was too much filler. But Regis,
There was a lot of filler.
Rage.
But I feel like at the time, I didn't mind the filler as much, because I would mostly watch Millionaire in the background
You didn't
while
know
I'm
what
doing
filler
something
was
else.
either.
Yeah, that's true.
Once you know what filler is, it stretches it out that much more.
Once you have DVRs and you know you can fast forward things, you can watch shit on demand, the filler is like unconscionable. Like,
Yeah.
I can't watch like a game show live.
I want
fast
to
forward.
bring up something real quick that I was
right.
thinking about by myself, and I never expected to actually talk about this out loud. But
Okay.
Speaking of Regis, so there was a show called Live with Regis and Kathy Lee.
Yes.
And then it became Live with Regis and Kelly when Kathy Lee
Yes.
retired.
Kelly Ripa.
Kelly Ripa. And then Regis...
Kathy Lee didn't retire. Wasn't she like forced out somehow?
I don't know.
Because she's on the Today Show, or she was.
But there was like a 10, 12 year difference.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Gap.
I don't remember why
I
she
think
left.
she was like taking care of Cody while he made a doo-doo.
Yeah, or maybe Frank Gifford. Maybe, I don't know. Something was going on. I don't know.
There was a scandal with the sweatshops and stuff like that.
Yeah. There's a whole thing.
Anyway, then Regis retired because he's 100,000 years old.
Yes.
And Michael Strahan from the New York Giants took over. And it became Live
Yes.
with Kelly and Michael.
Right.
Now, he was left, or he was forced out, I forget what, I think he left. And now Ryan Seacrest is actually hosting.
Yeah.
And it's Live with Kelly and Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
I think it should be called Live with Ryan and Kelly. Now,
No.
Kelly is the senior
Yeah.
member.
She's been there for years, man.
She's the senior member, and I don't think that because she's a woman, she should have a name second. I'm going strictly on Ryan and Kelly sounds better than Kelly and Ryan.
I think Kelly and Ryan
And if
sounds
I was
fine.
Kelly Ripa is not just a host; she's also a major producer. She is a vital part of the DNA of that show.
Right, and she
If
was
I
a great SNL host.
She's great on Broad City. And if I was Kelly, and she's adorable.
Yeah.
If I was Kelly, I would say, look, I would like my name first. There's a certain, gravitas to it. But for the sake of the show, I think it should be called Ryan and Kelly because it rolls off the tongue more.
I don't agree with you. I think Kelly and Ryan sounds fine. Live with Kelly and Ryan.
It's a mouthful.
Because how is it different than Kelly and Michael? It's exactly the same.
It's the R. It's the RY in Ryan.
Because it's
Kelly
Kelly
and
and
Ryan.
Ryan. Kelly and Ryan. I mean, if
Ryan
you say it
Kelly.
like Mr. Plinkett, of course it sounds
If I
bad.
say Ryan and Kelly.
I don't agree, and I think Kelly Ripa, she's been there for years. She should be no. It should be it should be Live with Kelly and Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, I think it should be Kelly's decision. I think if she doesn't want it to be, then I wouldn't do it. But I think she should make the call.
Well, she's a big fan, so I'm assuming Kelly Ripa is listening. Yeah. Write in, let us know. We'd love to have you on.
Shoot me a text later.
Kel. I didn't know you guys were on a Kel basis.
We're on a Kel basis. She calls me Kel.
There was a Goosebumps book about the return of the Kel.
And the theme song in the TV adaptation was the Crockett's theme.
That's right. They love pure moods.
95 seconds left, boys and girls.
I don't know. We're not going to cram
Let's take
all
some
of
questions
Millionaire.
from the two people that are watching.
Hey, Rich Bob?
Is
that this show? Does that make sense to these listeners?
None of this show.
None of this is anything.
This is why nobody listens to 90s Percentile. They're listening to talking about the 90s and hey, 90s over here and all those other 90s podcasts.
I would listen to 90s over here.
We're better than them, right?
I don't know.
Listen to them.
I don't know. I don't listen to other podcasts anymore.
I'd like to think we're the best 90s podcast out there. I don't know.
We're barely a 90s podcast, right? I mean, we talk about 90s things, but mostly it's just you and me talking about the solar eclipses.
Yeah, you name me one other 90s podcast that has brought up string cheese menstruation.
We didn't bring that up on the podcast.
Are you sure?
Yes, it was before we were recording.
In the before four?
Yeah. That was, yeah.
You speak of true?
I never saw Cloud Atlas. Was it any good?
It was not
No?
good. It was weird to see Tom Hanks branching out from not playing Tom Hanks, but it was not
Those Wachowskis, what happened to them?
I don't know. Jupiter Ascending was...
Jupiter Ascending was awful. No.
I like Betty Redmayne.
You like dog person Channing Tatum? I'm a monk.
I'm my own best friend.
I'm my own best friend. Speed Racer I liked. I've only seen it once.
I almost watched it last night. It's on HBO, I think.
Yeah, it's a good
It just
movie.
looks awesome.
It
looks amazing.
It knows what it is. It's this crazy over the top.
I haven't watched Sense8. I heard Sense8 was good.
I watched the pilot for Sense8 and I wasn't into it, but now that it's ending, they're doing. I don't think it's come out yet.
They're doing a wrap up.
They're doing a wrap up movie. Yeah. Now that it's ending, I might watch it.
Maybe.
I've heard good things.
It's nice to know that there's only so many episodes to watch.
Well, yeah, it's kind of nice to get into something that's over and isn't like oh, you gotta watch all 9 seasons of Will and Grace.
No time. There's no time to watch
No
it
time.
anymore.
There's no time.
That's our show. There's no time for this show.
No, that's
60
right.
minutes are up.
60 minutes are up, and straight out of We Studios, we're saying goodbye.
Thank you to everybody. I keep seeing everybody jumping in and out of the Periscope must suck. We got to figure out YouTube Live.
Yeah, Periscope sucks. We're going to try and do YouTube Live next time.
You know they're watching right now. They're like, oh yeah, they booed another 3 people from the room.
So we'll be down to 0 then.
Yeah, but thank you to
-2.
everybody who joined and everybody who watched us. You don't have to leave right away. We still got to do our wrap up. But but thank you for everybody who joined. It's always we try to do. We've been trying to do more of these. It's so much fun to hang out with you guys. And do a 90s%.
But before we get out of here, Jack, I have to look at you and I have to say, what have you learned today?
What did I learn today?
Did you learn anything? You learned stuff about Goosebumps.
I learned that there was not as many Goosebumps as I thought. There's only like 60.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I learned that you never read
there was
Goosebumps.
like 200.
I'm shocked. I would have pegged you as a Goosebumps head.
Never read
way
Harry
back.
Potter. Never read Goosebumps.
Okay, that's just fucking stupid. Read Harry Potter. What's wrong with
It
you?
was for babies. We were in college.
No. I'll give you... I think the first 2 books are kind of like baby books.
Yeah,
The first book is a baby book.
Okay.
But they get so good.
I know, but I saw the movies. I get it.
No, the books are better. And I kind of want to reread them.
I'll eventually. I might do. I'll probably do the audiobook.
And actually, J.K. Rowling writes books under a pseudonym called Robert Galbraith. She writes adult, like, a crime series. Not like adult. There's lots of fucking in them. Yeah. Yeah. Expecto Patronus.
J. Fuck Rowling.
I read the first one of those, and those are really good. So I highly recommend those. If you're looking for a good book. But anyway,
did we talk about Richard Bachman on this, or was that on Worst Episode
that was
Ever?
probably a deleted scene to a Worst Episode Ever that's airing weeks from now. So we don't need to talk about that. We'll save that for our Stephen King podcast.
I'll get to Harry Potter. Eventually I'm going to get to Game of Thrones, too, on audiobooks.
Well, I'll say this. I didn't listen to the Harry Potter audiobooks, but I've heard that they are incredible.
But I've been telling everybody, I said it on Twitter, I said it on Worst Episode Ever.
Yeah.
Steven Weber, the best audiobook I've heard to date.
Yeah.
I've listened to a few dozen now. Steven Weber is incredible. It's amazing. It's like what do you call it when like a virtuoso
revelation?
It's amazing. Like he's just so good.
You know where Steven Weber was great? I know the show's over and we should be ending things, but you know where Steven Weber was like really underappreciatedly great?
Sour Grapes.
No, that is an awful movie that is nearly unwatchable. No, it was.
Well, that's why Twitter recommended Craig Bierko to me because he started with those Weber and.
No, it was the episode of Party Down that he was in, where he was like the Russian mobster who had just gotten out of jail.
I don't remember that.
I rewatched Party Down not that long ago.
It's a great
what
show.
A fucking good
It's
show.
a great show.
Remember when the creator of Party Down was on the show, Rob Thomas?
On the pilot of 90s Percentile.
It was the pilot, and it was episode 3, I think, in the air order.
But he wasn't on it. Scott Adams was on.
No, Scott Adams was starring in the Party Down film.
That's right.
Because Adam Scott was not available.
Did you listen to Scott Adams on Sam Harris's podcast?
No, I didn't listen to it. Scott Adams is an interesting. He's a very interesting guy, but he's also a huge asshole.
He's so up his own ass.
He wrote a book that is kind of interesting.
He's a smart guy.
Yeah. It was like how to fail at almost everything and still succeed, or something like that. It's an interesting read, but he's like a crazy person.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we haven't done a Patreon in a while. Should we read or do we want to wait?
No, let's do it. I got it open for exactly that reason.
Do you know how many?
I do. If you give me 1 second, because I can have it saved over on this other tab that won't load.
I'm tired. Ugh, I hate
I'm
this
also
part of the day because
very
now it's like we still have most of our Sunday, but I'm just done.
Yeah. All
I
right.
have
so
much to do.
Let's thank our Patreon supporters, though. If you go to if you go to patreon.com/WeStudios, kick in some money, help us keep the shows going. That helps a lot, and we'll thank you on the show. Just like we're going to thank these people. David Billington. Thank you so much, David.
Thank you, David Billy. This sounds familiar. We did this for Worst Episode Ever.
I think we did it for Worst Episode Ever. Winston Gambro. Maybe we thanked him? I don't know.
If you're sure? I don't trust your ability to do anything right at this point.
If you're getting double thanked, up your Patreon game.
Yeah, thank you, Winnie Gams.
Harry Tufts. All of these sound very familiar, and I can't remember if we did them on this show or on The Simpsons show. John Cairns, I feel like we said his name 17 times.
I feel like we thanked we could have...
Shane Norton, we've thanked.
Thank you, Shane Norton.
All right, here's one that's definitely a new one because it's very recent. Matt Benji. So thank you, Matt.
Thank you, Matt.
So much. You are terrific.
And we'll thank you again another 2
Well, thank you again forevermore. I will update my list here.
And thank you very much to our $50 tier guys and girls. That's a huge tier. We're so grateful. And we just recorded a very exclusive Sync Points for you guys.
Yes.
will be out at some
More
point.
more on that later.
I think it'll be in the next episode, worst episode ever.
Yeah, probably. I don't know if we're still. Is this still in the show? I don't know what we're doing.
I mean, it's live.
All right. Oh God! This is a camera? Oh no! I shouldn't have taken my dick out all those times.
It was a rumpus.
All right, you're right. I think that's the perfect time to end the show. We don't have any iTunes reviews or anything, right?
Even if we did, I mean...
Even if we did, fuck it. It's not iTunes anymore. We have to change our pattern. Now it's just...
what do you mean?
It's just like Apple Podcasts is what it's called now.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because the iTunes is like not a thing anymore.
That's not true.
Or not,
It's still iTunes.
well, iTunes is a thing, but the podcasts aren't through that. It's like a separate thing now.
It's always been... I've never listened to podcasts.
It's like
on
called
iTunes.
Apple Podcasts
It's
now.
always been called that.
Well,
It's always been a separate
I
thing.
thought they just changed it. Whatever.
It's always been a separate thing.
If we say iTunes, they know what we're talking about, huh?
I don't know.
And my name is Dan. We'll see you in another decade.
No, you screwed it up.
No?
They don't know my name.
I'm mercifully ending the show.
Thanks, everybody, for hanging out with us. You ruined it. You ruined the whole flow.
No, come on, you can do
You
it.
made it a whole string cheese flow.
And
My name is Jack.
my name is Dan, and we'll see you in another decade. All right.
Thank you for everybody who stuck around for that whole hour. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was worth your time. I know it's a lot for
It
Sunday
wasn't.
afternoon.
I'm sure it was not. I don't even know who's still here. We had like 20-something people at one point. That's good. That's better than the norm. So thank you. Should we do like questions or something? Like, you guys want to ask us questions?
It's up to you guys.
Like a minute or two?
We'll stick around for a couple
No
minutes.
one's commenting, so probably
No,
not.
there's a delay. We'll stick around for a couple minutes if you guys have anything to say to us. Because we don't really see all the comments when we're recording. It's
Yeah, no. We missed a lot of it. Did we stop? We stopped recording this, right? Yeah, this is... Or did we stop recording this?
I think we're still recording.
No, we're not. Did any of this record? We'll have the audio.
I never stopped recording.
Oh, no.
Like the card ran out. I checked a few times.
Well, all right. Well,
I checked a few times. It definitely went late into the show. We might have lost some.
okay, well, but we didn't because we have the video. It's going to be shitty audio quality, but
Yeah,
it won't be nothing. All right, well,
it's a lot of work.
plug Janelle's new book.
When it comes out.
It's called The Victoria in My Head. It's like excellent. I absolutely loved it.
I don't remember stopping it.
I don't remember you stopped. You may have. How long have you had to goatee, Dan?
No, I didn't stop it. It definitely ran out.
I grew the goatee a couple of months ago, just out of laziness. I wanted to see how far I could go, and my wife was like, I like it. So I was like, okay, I'm leaving it.
No, she likes it. That's all that matters.
Yeah. That's it.
Any other questions?
Nope.
Yeah, you got a nice talking posture.
Oh, well, thank you. That's my podcast. Talking posture.
This is what, by the way, this is what we have to stare at this whole time.
Yeah.
Like us on delay. It's weird.
It is. Look at me. I just did like a little thing. I don't remember
Oh, there's me doing that.
Yeah. This is what we have to stare at the whole time. It's us doing this.
Now it's going to become this whole
Yeah.
repeating loop.
That's exactly right.
Well, thanks everybody. If you do have any questions, obviously we're very available
Yeah,
on Reddit.
we're all, you know where we are.
You know where to find us.
All right, guys. Thanks so much.
Adios.
We are signing off, as we always sign off, with an awkward shot of Jack's penis first. Give him what they came for, Jack. There you go. Oh, you have to thrust it. Yikes.
There's a notification on my phone, so I can't hit stop broadcast.